I would like to say that I'm starting this session with some relative hope of enjoying myself, but I'm not starting this session. I've been at this for half an hour. Half an hour spent effectively on one mission, where at the very end I bought it because the game decided that as I was attempting to sprint away from a super mutant overlord, that Sarge just wanted to melee the mutant master next to him, so he kept stopping the run to melee, completely immobilizing me through no fault of my own with the auto melee bullshit. So yes, my grapes are fucking soured. Thank you very much. So no, I'm not going into this with an open mind. I'm going into this with a bit of, like, thanks for that 30 minutes of my life getting nowhere. I mean, these last two installments are already extremely grindy, taking up far too much time doing the exact same thing. And it's looking like it's set up to fucking kill me again. I love having my health constantly whittled down by those ranged bastards. So I was going to save my principal complaint about this game for the end, and I probably will rehash it there. Don't you worry about that. But I've made the statement before, it's very grindy, alright? So what differentiates grind from, like, content? Simple. Variety. Now, some might argue that, well, by that metric, wouldn't all of Decision be very grindy? I mean, you have only about 3-4 different mission types, and you do them in slightly different locations. Wouldn't it all be grind? Here's the thing. There's a certain amount of repetition that is going to be fundamental in any gameplay experience. You know, it's often referred to as the gameplay loop. The thing is, how long are you expected to do X is the big question. How long are you expected to do that same thing repeatedly? Either without making progress or, you know, before the game itself has concluded. And here's the thing, because of the civilian recruitment, I have had to ramble through zones that I've already cleared just to grind for civilians. That's unnecessary. I've made the statement before. A drop-down could have, like, easily fixed that, right? Well, no, a drop-down could have eased not having to constantly go back to the camp or whatever and recruit more civilians. I suggested that you can passively generate most of the resources now, which was an objective improvement over Medieval. Because you can upgrade your factories, you could have them make gold, you could have them make stock. Your resources, with the exception of the humans, can be generated. So why can't I just passively generate civilians of a given rarity in a given zone? Why do I have to physically ramble through the zone again and do that over and over and over again to get the civilians that I need? Not want, even, need to progress. That's grindy. And then there's this sort of shit. I spend 30 goddamn minutes clearing out a stage because of how much just fucking shit is in here. And then I lose it in the 11th hour because of, like, that bullshit. Yeah, attack the other mutant captain, you pleb. These things are like the fucking ogres from Quake. Your best bet is to get in close so that they don't try blasting you. Oh, and of course, that little ambush that I had to deal with was in one of those areas where it's like, oh look, there's a bunch of mutants coming. Let's defend ourselves. And the degree to which you can be stun-locked in this game is fucking Castlevania levels of fuck off. You know, you got those wonderful platforming sections along broken bridges or whatever, where all it takes is one fucking projectile to hit your character, and because of his pain animation knocking him back, he ends up in the water, which kills him instantly. So your health at that point becomes irrelevant. And I understand that it's intended to be a difficulty hike. More of your opponents have explosive options now. It makes it more difficult, but it's like, it can turn you into a one-tap, effectively. Because once you get hit once, you become completely incapable of action. And it's a zombie game. There is fucking spam involved. How are you supposed to avoid getting hit even once? You'll note that, like, in something like Left 4 Dead 2, where you have these things that can, like, full-on immobilize you and you need, like, help to get out of them. You have that help because there's other players and they can come to the rescue. But here, I mean, if I brought military forces in here, I'd be wasting soldiers, and I have to do even more grind, rambling through zones I've already cleared, completely needlessly, to replenish ranks that died in 2 goddamn seconds because the non-player characters are absolute shit at accomplishing anything. They are worthless. And I mean, the mutant grab, that'd be, you know, handy. Get a really tough hombre mutant to do my dirty work for me. There's just one problem. I don't have the master for that yet, because that's been gated at the end to prevent you from abusing it. This installment has not worn out my last gear like Medieval did, but it's getting fucking close. I mean, like that grenade throw, you can't even fucking avoid it. I'm sprinting at full speed, it still connects. I mean, why does medium armor slow me down so fucking much? It's medium armor. more of you here. Whoa, looks like they've all decided to attack me for some reason. You know, if I'm going quiet, it's because honestly, I want to bitch more. I want to fucking complain more. I'm trying to illustrate restraint and modesty. We're getting fucking stun locked, you piece of shit! Almost died fucking again. These things fucking tanky enough? I'm not even dumping mags of ammunition, I'm dumping belts of it. These things are no-selling like the fucking Terminator. I don't care what armor they're wearing. Unless they have a mountain on their back, they should die sooner. Captains aren't as bad defensively, but they're infinitely worse offensively because their explosive bullshit is part of the stun locking problem. You just get stun locked over and over and over and over again. Which I suppose is the whole notion of being stun locked. Yeah, like, these are all things that could work individually. Stun locking would be fine if the opportunity to avoid damage in the first place was practically available, and you could have spam tactics provided shit like stun locking wasn't an issue. But you combine hordes of enemies making avoiding taking a single hit virtually impossible with enemies that can effectively stun lock you, the fucking werewolves with their jumping bullshit and those rocket-toting mutant captains. And you just have a recipe for, like, oh, I got hit by one of the fucking, like, 10 things that was shooting at me right there, and there was nothing I could do about it, because once I got hit the first time, I was just fucked. Oh, look! It's happening again! I didn't even see that guy this time. He was completely off the fucking screen. I think all I'm recording for this is just this level. Just this fucking level. Nice if I had more equipment, but I can't afford it. It'd be nice if I had more special abilities, but I haven't unlocked it. Not like the tools don't exist, I'm just not allowed to have them. I mean, I can understand the logic behind it. Oh, you know, certain abilities are... they give the player a clear advantage. There's sort of a meta there. So something has to be done to prevent the player from just going for them immediately. Or else, you know, that's what they'll go for from the start, and then they can beat it much quicker and easier. How is beating it quicker and easier a problem? Because there is the core issue of, like, grind versus, like, content. Because if the notion is, we gotta slow the player down so that they play it for longer, instead of like, oh, you know, this seems kind of short, let's add more onto it. And I understand that it was like a free Flash game and so forth, so what exactly are you expecting? However, then, like, be true to what it is. Just make it short. That's done. God. I'm gonna sound super pissy during this, and I don't fucking care. I mean, 30 fucking minutes, 3 attempts, and I die each time to some cheap bullshit. First getting stuck because of the fucking auto melee, and then getting goddamn stun locked the second time by fucking wolves and rocket-toting pieces of shit. Are you fucking kidding me? And there's still this shit to look forward to, because last time a fucking mutant overlord, which cannot be poisoned, showed up and just started making all kinds of fucking static. What's worse is that placing these here probably won't even be effective, because the damn things spawn halfway down the street and not actually here at the northern access point. So they have an even shorter route to you. I mean, this level of, like, investment of time and effort that can all be subverted in 2 seconds is the reason I don't play PvP Arc. You'll spend hours taming creatures and building your little domicile and stocking it with stuff, only for some fucking asshole in the dead of night, probably on the other side of the planet, so it's broad daytime for them, just raids the whole thing and takes everything you worked for. Haha, fuck you, it's all mine now. And that's the whole fucking problem. That's the whole problem, is that, you know, life can shit on you in that fashion. You can apply a tremendous amount of effort and labor and, you know, stress and ultimately have it become nothing. But the thing is, in games, we have the option of making things unlike real life, which is, for the most part, why a lot of us play video games, to get away from the harsh, no mercy of reality. So then why is it games have developed this disturbing trend of trying to imitate the sort of brutality of real life? Shit like Battle Royales is a classic example. Oh, hey, 100 of you or 150 of you are going to be dropping at the same point, and only one of you is going to win. So, have fun. Rule the jungle. You know, survival of the fittest. I don't know. There was just an era, far bygone era, when games were designed, but the principal goal of the design was to make the experience of playing it fun. Now, I imagine that's what the developers had in mind here. They just didn't get it quite right. Two is still the high point. 2 is still the best in the series. None of this master bullshit. The whole arsenal was available out the gate, although couldn't get it all at once because of the warehouses. Like, that was fine. That was a limitation that you could work around, because you could emphasize certain things, and like I said, make your life easier. Get the steamroll going. But here it's like, oh, you can't have that. You haven't gotten the master yet. You want to get the master, you have to explore the region. But in order to explore the region, you need the abilities the only the master can give you. All the while, the game is slowly draining on your sanity and patience. It's not even like I'm marathoning this. That wouldn't even be possible. I'd spend all day playing it. And yet, it's still like, why am I still making so little progress? Why is this still taking so fucking long? Problem is, when the cistern goes, it's going to take most of these mines with it. And there's the fact that that doesn't even matter because the super mutants are going to leap over the barricade. Who was like, hey, what if the big mutants had, like, the ridiculous fucking jumping capability of the werewolves? Yeah. No. This is fucking Promethean Knights and Halo 4 levels of broken. They cannot be super tough and super fast. Not unless they're going to have some glaring weak point that can be exploited. Because otherwise, it's basically like, oh, hey, player, clearly you showed up to, like, get screwed over. Yeah, the mines are not even making a fucking dent, man. Turn everything on the big fucker if it's possible. Get everything against that overlord. Particularly the masters. I think this would take even longer if I use the rocket launcher. How the fuck does he land in the middle of that many goddamn mines? He doesn't set off a single one. Oh, there's the auto melee trying to fuck me over again. Did I fucking ask?
You did everything you could.
Fucking hell. Oh yeah, you see this? You see this bullshit? Yeah, they spawn on top of you, practically. They don't even spawn outside the map. The literal fucking monster closet. Fucking 30 minutes on that first attempt that blew up. Well, probably more like 23, and then the rest on that fucking second attempt that went to shit even faster, which meant that I spent an hour to complete one of these levels, and you're expected to do this over and over and over and over again. I mean, the rambles are fairly quick, but they're also completely unnecessary and just straight up tedious. Why's it gotta be this way? If I could sprint for more than 2 steps, my walking speed couldn't be described as glacial. I'm wearing medium armor. Why am I so fucking slow? It's basically leather. Oh. Are you... danger in that... Oh. That is every kind of fuck off that I can think of. Every kind of fuck off that I can think of. Yeah, we can't even do that because this area is already going to be a fucking super bitch. I don't think I've let one of these go before. I don't know how much damage or how that's going to accumulate threat. How long have I fucking been at that one level? 25 minutes. Yeah, no, I'm calling it there.